Hey, welcome into the Mystery Fifth Hour, presented by McCurry Van Car Rental. Starting from that end, it is the one and only Jim Dunaway.
The older statesman of this group.
The elder statesman of this group. I'm next, don't worry. Jimmy Hahn, had he taken his wife's name, so we've debated on the show today, is it better Jimmy Dunaway or Jimmy Hahn?
It does sound a little mobster-like if I was Jimmy Hahn.
Yeah, Jimmy Hahn.
Designer almost.
Very.
You come with a line of shoes.
Jimmy
Jimmy
Hahn.
Hahn.
Jimmy Hahn.
Handsome.
They're all
somewhere.
dogs.
Yeah, they're all blue soles on the bottom.
Yeah.
Blue blood.
Yeah, very, very handsome old Jimmy Hahn.
Get some Jimmys.
Not Jimmy Choos.
No, Jimmy Hahn.
Jimmy Hahn. That is Little T, Taylor Corn. We record this on Fridays, so everyone she's in, she's wearing a Bo Jackson jersey.
Yeah, I'm like, should I do it all year round?
Yes, please.
Because I'm not a basketball jersey girl. Like, I won't put a basketball jersey on.
Why not?
Show off the guns.
Auburn's a good basketball school. Why would
They
you
are,
not?
and I support the sweatshirt that I have on under this is Auburn Basketball sweatshirt. So I'm supporting all the troops today.
Will you
But-
finally tell us who you're pulling for tomorrow?
But I don't know, basketball jerseys, and they're so long. Like I don't know. I'm just not a fan.
What's your
Okay.
Iron Bowl pick?
Oh, come on, though. Well, you know who she's picking.
Next.
EG is Emily Grace McWhorter. We call her sometimes number 13.
Yep.
No jersey today because
jersey.
Georgia Southern apparently doesn't matter to her anymore.
Yeah, I haven't rocked a Southern jersey in a while. Mine isn't as
Gotta.
comfy as Bo Jackson. Mine's a game-ready jersey,
All right.
so it's fitted.
Yeah.
How's the pads?
And that is rock star
Hey, guy.
Sean Henniger.
Good.
Yeah.
Did you feel like that was sort of a shot that hers is game ready?
No, that was
Fitted.
not a shot at all. I'm saying this is like,
Well, mine's what they call official.
oh my
Yes.
goodness.
That's what it sounded like. Came
I-
off as that, sort of.
I would rather not participate in the football game, so
Yeah.
I'm fine in this kind.
I didn't mean to get the
No, Dunaway makes things out of nothing.
Oh, he does.
So that's
but
just,
I'm saying I didn't mean to purchase the
You're
official
fine.
game-ready one.
You're fine. You're fine. The show presented by McCurry
I'm sure you
Van.
didn't purchase it. I'm sure it was gifted to you.
Oh, my God.
Wow. McCurry Van and Car Rental. If you need a
Game
car, van, or truck, rent from McCurry. McCurry Van and Car Rental is the local rental company you can depend on. They've got all kinds of vehicles, including trucks, SUVs, and passenger vans. They make it easy to rent. They get you in and out fast. Locations in Athens, Muscle Shoals, Huntsville, and Coleman on 2nd Avenue Northwest. And coming soon to Tuscaloosa, Skyline Boulevard. Call and reserve your rental today, 256-559-1003. That's 256-559-1003, McCurry Van and Car Rental. Speaking of that, we are about to discuss vacations. Now, for some of you, it might be a childhood vacation. For us that are parents, I don't know. Have you taken a vacation with Cord yet?
We went to the beach. He's been to the beach one time. He
Yeah.
ate a seashell.
oh,
He did. He had a little seashell.
Hey, hold all the good
He
stories.
consumed it.
So this may be like us taking our kids on vacations or vacations you took as kids since y'all aren't parents. So we're going to discuss that. And I have no order. We can start with anybody. Anybody want to go first on a vacation
Anybody
memory?
want to tell their story? We're here to listen.
Vacation memory. Vacation memory. Dunaway, you want to go first?
The question is my favorite vacation?
Yeah, it doesn't have to
Or
be
just a
favorite. It could be a
vacation
bad vacation story.
Oh, a
You've
bad-
got a lot of
Or
them. It
bad.
could be.
Anything.
Yeah.
Could
That's
be.
better than good, I think.
Whichever one you think is the best story to tell.
My favorite vacation was with my kids. First time I ever took them to Disney. We didn't take them when they were little.
Right.
But we went when Harper was, I want to say 10. And so that would have made Carter 5.5. And it rained the first day, the Magic Kingdom day.
Right.
But you paid the money and you're there. So we got
you
it.
fight through.
suck it up, kids.
Yeah, you do. You fight
so
through.
they're 10 and 5.5. So we had rain jackets, and we got one of those little 2-seat scooters that they rent there, and we built them a tarp over it, and we gave them their device. They had an iPad so they could watch Bear in the Blue, Big Blue House, iCarly, and all that under the tarp as we pushed them around, and we packed some adult cocktails to stay warm in our purse. Her purse.
That's
And,
right.
we pushed around in
see my
the
lipstick.
pouring rain. We just gave up. Our jackets covered them up, so we're sopping wet.
You're selfless.
But we're laughing and we're having a blast. And they're, they don't even know they're in Disney until it's time to pull them out and ride a ride or go inside something. We'd push the cart up. All right, let's do It's a Small World.
Reveal the tarp.
They had the best time in there. You could hear them laughing, watching the shows, and we'd throw snacks in there to them occasionally. you know, the Mickey Mouse ice cream sandwiches. It was supposed to be a disastrous day. It ended up being one of the best
That's the way it
days
goes,
ever.
isn't it?
awesome.
Yep, that's the way it goes.
That's awesome, Dunaway.
But you're right. I mean, once you've gone to Disney, and because generally you've scheduled like Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Animal Planet, what's the other one? Hollywood Studios. You know, you've scheduled it. Like if you miss that day, you've just missed it all.
That's right.
So you got to fight through.
And it was our Magic Kingdom
Yeah.
there.
They joke about there being a dome over there. It never rains at Disney, but that's not true.
It's not true that day.
One time we went though, and there was a tropical storm out in the Gulf or in the Atlantic one, and it was weird, man. You could look at the radar, and there was rain all around Disney, and it wasn't raining a drop. It was very strange.
Wow.
Yeah. One other time when Maggie and I were there, we may have had no kids this time. We've gone once as adults, just because we enjoy it.
Yep.
We were at which is the one Epcot, and that was a fun time when it was pouring down rain. We just walked around and ate and drank our way around and sloppy wet.
Epcot's my favorite.
It was good. Me too.
Sloppy wet.
How was your Disney experience? Sloppy and wet. I don't think.
All right. Thank you.
No kids? Oh, no kids.
Happiest place on earth.
Yeah.
Sloppy and wet. That's a good one. Have you had a bad vacation? Brown, where do we start?
That Rolodex is
Not
Give
really.
me your worst one.
Not really. You know,
Top five.
The ones that there was a period in my life when I married into, Maggie was
A lot of money.
No, Maggie's dad did have a house on No Island.
That's right.
And so early in our relationship, we would always go there because it was a house on No Island. It was
That's right.
free.
Yep.
And he always wanted us to come down, and it was never a vacation for me because he owned the house and he never hired people to do the work. So when he was there and I was there, we would be painting something or repairing something.
Wait.
And you guys know my skill set of painting, repairing. I'm a
Very low.
sportscaster.
Very low.
Manual labor is. So if I got 7 days off, the last thing I want to do is be working in the summer heat, rebuilding a dock or putting up a new fan or putting up a new staircase or anything else.
Changing blocks.
So I would say the worst time was when, Maggie was very young. It was early in our marriage, and she was still working with her dad at the time. So they would go on these book selling conventions.
That was they were textbook.
He sold textbooks and software to schools,
right.
and Maggie was helping him. So they'd do these conventions. They were doing one in Biloxi and then coming over to Ono Island. And I was supposed to meet them, and it was after a hurricane, so we was rebuilding the front of the house. And Maggie's 9.5 years younger than me. So I get there, and there's a shirtless guy who's helping my father-in-law work on the front of the porch, and I get there. And I'm like, hey, I'm Jim.
Can I take my shirt off too?
Hey, I'm Daniel. I was like, hey, do you work down here? And he said, no, I was in the booth next to your wife.
Yeah.
And Bill invited me
This is my favorite story.
to spend the weekend down here. And I'm like,
Where are the cameras?
my father-in-law invited you, good-looking, same age as my wife guy, working shirtless on this deck here, to come down for the weekend, and you're staying at the house too? Oh, yeah. Now, how do you know them? Oh, we're always on the road together, and I'm in the booth right next to them every time. Oh, so you see my wife on the road a lot? Okay.
I do.
All right. So they've got me. Bill has me working down on the bottom floor, 2 stories up. They're working on something. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, boom! A 2x4 falls and hits me on the head, knocks me out. And I swear my father-in-law tried to kill me.
Your eyes are closing. You see his figure.
Did it get him?
It was like a cartoon. I saw a little bird, and I was like,
Daniel,
"Hit
here's
me
your
on the
chance.
head." And later,
Jim comes to and hears him say, no, he won't be that bad.
yeah. Small life insurance policy. We've got this covered.
It was a truly oh no moment.
Yeah, I really do think it was an intentional board drop.
Really?
Yeah, trying to.
He was trying to off you?
Daniel or your father-in-law?
No, it's from the father-in-law.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because if I'm out of the way, then it's
Right,
he
Daniel.
didn't care. He didn't care. Anybody would have been an upgrade over
Do
me.
you see Daniel much? Did you lose track of Daniel?
No, Daniel and I became good friends.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Keep your enemies close.
That's
Brown. Is that in the Bible?
Is he still good friends with Maggie?
They were nice friends. Daniel's
Nice.
married, wonderful husband and wife. And he actually left. He and I started talking after I got hit in the head. And he's like, I really don't know why I'm here. He's very convincing and convinced me to come. But last thing I wanted to do was come work on this thing too. But he convinced me to come. And I said, is he paying you? No.
Oh.
And he ended up leaving early.
Yeah.
I was hoping when you said Ono Island, that's the first story that popped into my head. I was hoping that that's what you were about to tell.
Yeah.
I laughed very hard at that the first time that you told me.
Little T, your childhood vacation.
Okay, I have 3 that pop into my head. One of them I don't remember, and I only thought of it because you started talking about Disney World. Or no, I was tiny, but it's a story that's been told to me. So we were in Disney with my family. I think that my grandparents were there with us, and we went to, I think it's downtown Disney. Is that a thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So we were there, that ice cream shop. I don't know what it's called, but I guess it's like in the center of it. My parents took us there, and so my brother is, I don't know, older than me a good bit. My sister is the middle, I'm the youngest. So one of my parents was sitting on the bench outside the ice cream shop, and the other one was inside in the line. My brother and sister are like, okay, mom or dad, whoever's out there, we're gonna go get in line with whoever's in there. So they start walking, and I guess a little while later, I'm like, I wanna go, you know? I'm the little sibling that just wants to come along. And so my mom was like, okay, or whoever was out there was like, okay. They went right there, you know, go see. So my mom said that whoever was out there saw my brother walk through, my sister walk through, and they're sitting there waiting, and they're like, okay, she was a little bit behind, but like, where'd she go? Like, you know, I never walked by the window. And so they get up and they start looking, and they're like, they cannot find me anywhere. So my mom starts panicking because there's a little lake or pond or whatever right out there, and she was like, oh my God, like, did she try to go swimming? Did she fall in this body of water? Body of water was probably like one of those things that you toss quarters into, but they didn't know it was dark, whatever. So they literally
Wishing well.
It's koi pond.
yeah, koi pond, and so they can't find me anywhere. They start getting the employees involved, and all the civilians in downtown Disney see the panic, and so everyone, there's like a man. Yeah, everyone there.
Like,
Amber Alert.
Sound the alarm.
Yeah,
Taylor's missing.
they were like, "Oh my gosh, there's
no.
you know, we need
We've got a missing child.
Yeah, that was me. That was me.
Where did she go?
And I think it was like 40 minutes that I was gone. And my mom said it was the most panicked she's ever been in her life. And
40 minutes. That is a long time, man.
They you know, in those places are always packed.
Little T's in one of those parades, like Mickey and Minnie are going down. Little T's this way.
She's got a Bo Jackson jersey on. But it's not what you say it was.
It's not game ready.
It's not game worn.
Yeah. Don't worry, she's not playing.
And
she's over there teaching someone about algorithms and stuff.
But they said that, I guess they were expecting me to be like panicked. I think they just found me. This man had found me, and well, that
It was a
you
nice
know,
man? Like,
yeah.
okay.
I can't remember if it was a worker or just a guy. I guess they probably saw a tiny child wandering around by themselves.
It's generally alarming.
Yeah, and I think they found me, and I was just completely fine, just having.
You just peeled off.
And I don't know if I even told them, like, I don't know where my parents are. I think I was like walking.
I'm gonna live here from now on.
Yes.
Yeah.
See that castle up there? I think I'm gonna stay there.
You know what would be amazing? Like if
My parents weren't I was like, so are y'all my parents, or just all snagging me from Disney World?
Oh, that would be more amazing than what I was about to say.
Oh, what the-
I was because we stayed one time at the downtown Disney.
you saved me?
If I was the one that found you and we've come full circle and we're working together.
Were
now.
you? Did you find a little girl?
No, in my head, I feel like I would have done that. I would have sat there and waited until we saw the.
Oh,
authorities.
yeah.
You might have been hit in
No.
the head with a 2x4.
That's right. It could have been part of your life. You've forgotten.
Yes.
Yes.
But no, I don't remember any of it. But that's a story I've been told many a times.
So you said that those weren't really your parents. They just kidnapped you and raised
Well,
you.
after they told me that, I was like, what if these are people that just randomly took me?
Or your mom and you look just alike. It is
Yeah.
impossible.
So I don't think that's the case.
And
but yeah,
act a
that
lot
was-
alike.
Yeah.
We act a lot alike.
Yeah, you and your mom.
I don't know if that's a compliment to her. But
That's a
We call her
compliment.
the team mom.
Oh,
We
yeah,
love
she-
her.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's the best.
She is the best. Hey, Mom, if you're watching. That's one that I don't remember. I have two others that are from one of them's from after I graduated high school, and one of them's from last summer. So, but I don't know which one's, like, one of them's,
Let's go senior high school first. Let's do both.
no, I can't take the whole episode.
That's
Come on.
true.
Why? Did you see the last one we did for Thanksgiving? That's all I did was talk for 30 minutes.
Oh, it was good
and
though,
did they
Jay.
appreciate that?
I didn't see the we didn't get to see the buffet line.
Yeah. Did anybody watch it at your Thanksgiving
I
dinner?
hope not.
Nobody
I did just get a text from Uncle Patton.
but nobody said anything.
Not yet. No.
Okay.
Does it say you
Not
up?
yet.
Question mark.
Yeah. It is the Mystery Fifth Hour presented by McCurry Van Car Rental. We're talking vacation stories, EG. She's smiling like she's got a good one.
Oh my goodness. Well, see, the thing is there's a lot I could tell, but I
Yeah.
don't think my family would appreciate it because I was telling number 12. It's more like Jerry Springer stories.
Those
not,
are the good stuff. That's the good
It
stuff.
is the good stuff.
That your family just witnessed or your family's part of?
A part of and witness.
Wow.
Yeah.
Expose them.
I mean,
You're never going to make it in this business if you keep secrets. Come on.
I care about the McCorder name too much. Give me like a couple years and then.
Okay, and you'll drop your guard?
Yeah, statutes of limitations. But for Christmas.
Okay, again,
I don't know.
apparently we don't care about the Dunaway or Corn name. We're just shedding secrets.
Well,
here.
no, but to EG's
Oh,
point,
my
we've been here long
goodness.
enough, we've dropped the guard. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Anyways, my freshman year of high school, we went to Alaska for Christmas.
Okay.
I would
Because
love to go to Alaska.
We have family there, and so we decided we've been during the summer, and we're like, okay, we're gonna go for Christmas, see the snow. All of the snow melted. It was colder in Atlanta, Georgia than Anchorage, Alaska. Like, can't make it up. And so we go and we're there for 2 weeks, and it was called the Brown Christmas now.
Oh,
Ew.
wow.
Like, yep.
So that's normally very exciting, but in this
Yeah.
case, very disappointing.
And so we learned how to ski that trip as well. And so
How did you learn how to ski if there was no snow?
Like on mush, the slush.
So we go to Alyeska, this like beautiful ski resort, and my cousin that lives there, his 2 kids have been skiing since they could walk. Like, they are doing the Black Diamonds, and they're just like so cool. And I mean, imagine growing up in Alaska. Like, it's just pretty awesome. I never skied before, and so his idea of how to teach us was he took us to the top of the mountain, and just said to go.
Yeah, I've done that.
And so I am on the ski lift, and I'm trying to get off, but my skis have not touched snow really. And I fall off the ski lift.
Yeah.
My ski is caught in the lift.
Oh no, it's just dragging you around.
I'll wait for the next one.
Yeah. And so I did make it down the mountain, but it was kind of traumatic because there was no direction, just to like pizza, to like do this little moment.
You gotta go to ski school.
Exactly. There was no ski school. It was
Yeah.
tough love.
I bypassed ski school the first time I went, and like getting on and off the lift is the hardest part.
Yeah.
And they had to stop it both times, me getting on and me getting off. And when they stop it, all you can hear is people like, ah, oh,
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
That was me, and it was, and then we actually that same trip we all got sick too, like my entire family all got sick. Had to go to
So a great trip.
Snow.
It was
Yeah.
the brown snow, but that was probably the most memorable. Besides, we did Thanksgiving in Vegas one year.
I'm glad you getting sick did not create the brown snow.
No,
so I'm glad.
that's
yeah,
true.
yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, thank you, Rockstar. Rocky?
I'll do 2 quick ones. We went. My dad's firm when I was little. They would go every year. They would do some kind of ski trip. I skied once when I was like 6. I hated it and I quit. Shocker. So I would always go to stay with my mom while everybody would ski, and we have to go like to these Indian malls, like these weird Indian malls.
Like, is this in Cherokee?
I mean, we went to several places like Colorado and
Okay.
Utah. But I'm trying to think of the specific place, but I remember exactly Vitology from Pearl Jam, 3rd album, had just come out. And for Christmas, I got Vitology, and there's this rare bootleg called 5 Musketeers. It's very rare. That was the first time Yellow Ledbetter ever appeared on anything.
Oh, seriously? So that was the Yellow Ledbetter debuted on a bootleg CD?
Yellow Ledbetter was never on an album. And
Never?
never.
Has never been.
No, they have it on the greatest hits now, but it was never an album because it was just a jam that Vedder made up the lyrics on the spot. It was a tribute to Jimi Hendrix, Little Wing.
And it
And
might
Lil
be.
Wayne?
Little Wing. Lil Wayne is on it. No. So, I just remember on that bus.
Yeah, you got little teaser. Little Wayne?
Never going skiing, but at night we'd have to take these buses to like the grocery store. You take a bus to dinner, like it was, all these people have their ski equipment. I just remember at night being freezing cold, but I would have a Sony Discman, and I had Vitology on repeat. So anytime I hear anything from Vitology, I think of that vacation, not skiing or anything, and saying I was the guy like I just want to sit in the den, look at the snow.
Drink some hot chocolate.
You guys have fun. I'd go to the hunting lodge and I'll be in the lodge the whole time. So that was my that was probably 12 years old. And then my other one with friends, our junior or senior year of high school, my friend his parents had a house is it Dolphin Island?
Yeah.
Yes.
We went there and we were just 3 or 4 of us were just 16, and my friend just got his car. He had a Maxima, and we all piled in his car and somebody else drove, and we went to a restaurant, and it was all seafood, so I had to get the kids chicken fingers. That's all they had. No options that weren't seafood. And I ate the chicken fingers, and It tasted like they put them in the same fryer as the fish. It tasted awful. So
All
we're
the
about 10
time.
minutes in the meal, and my friend Greg, I look at him and go, "You're going to have to take me back to the house." And he was like, "No, I'm almost." I was like, "No, you're going to have to take me back to the house because I got to go." And they didn't have a proper place I could go. And so I remember that is the closest I've ever been, trying to censor myself, to a disaster. And I remember it's the worst I've ever, probably top 5 I've ever done.
So it was close to the Exxon Valdez.
So we get to the house. His parents,
Big old oil slick.
my friend's parents are there. His little sister there. He's probably 7 at the time. The first thing I get out of the car is they have this little half bathroom off the kitchen.
Oh
And,
no, right off the kitchen.
I mean, it's this tiny little bathroom, and I am.
Dumb and Dumber?
Yeah,
Are you Jeff Daniels?
Yeah, and then I remember they all come. Everybody's coming. You can hear the door open. Everybody
Yeah.
coming in. His parents and all my friends.
No,
coming in.
no.
And you're like, oh my God! And I'm just going, sorry. I'm so sorry.
Is there no window you can do Jeff Daniels and just
No,
open
it
the
was a
window?
little half bathroom.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I'm so sorry. Like, why didn't you go to the guest room? I was like, I had no time. I'm so sorry. Like, everybody's laughing and everybody's making jokes. So that was a good vacation for me.
All right, so I'll wrap it with this. One
We
year
got to go
for
back one time for one of hers. Too.
Okay, I'll leave one.
Okay.
You pick your best of the next 2.
Okay.
You didn't have another one left. You tell the one you were willing to tell, right?
Yes.
You don't want to ruin the
may have
McCorder
one that
name.
will come
Okay,
to me.
all right. Mine's pretty quick though because it was Jennifer and I got married in August, so this is before we had kids. We took an anniversary trip to Highlands, North Carolina one time. And so we're in August, Highlands. She had found a bed and breakfast she wanted to stay in, so we stay in a bed and breakfast, right? And when we got there, we were checking in, and it was really old school. Like you'd go check in, and they'd pull the key out of the thing and hand you the key to the room. And they're like, "Have you studied the history of their bed and breakfast here?" I was like, "No, we just,
Oh, we're doing that tonight.
yeah, we just booked it. We're just looking for a place to stay, and it sounded pretty quaint." And she goes, "Oh, it's got a great history. You guys need to go read up on it." So we Googled it, and I was like, "Oh, this place is supposedly haunted."
Stop.
Yeah. So Jennifer's like, "Get out of town." I'm like, No. Look at the story. It's well known as the haunted such and such of Highlands, North Carolina, and that this bed and breakfast is haunted. So we go and we sleep. We get up the next morning and we go to breakfast. And in the what we had not seen is in the breakfast area, there's all these stories about the haunted whatever of Highlands, North Carolina. And say we're staying in room 12. I don't know what room we're in. So I start reading the newspaper article. I'm like, "Jennifer, you're not going to believe this." She goes, "What?" I said, "The haunted room is the one we're staying in."
No
Yeah. So of
way.
all the bed and breakfast, she picks one that's haunted, and they give us the room that is the haunted room, and nobody had ever told us ahead of time.
Did y'all have any?
Which is
scary
why she
things?
probably asked, "Do you know the story?" of
Do you know
room
the
you're
story?
staying
Because
in?"
you're staying in the room, big
You
boy.
requested this room.
Like ghost hunters.
I've thought back on it, little T, and I don't remember like any like paranormal activity. We were only there like 2 or 3 nights.
I thought you said you felt like somebody tickled your feet one time.
I tickle your feet.
on your
I
toes.
suck at your toes. I
Suck
know.
on your toes.
I don't remember that. I don't remember like any paranormal activity. So I think we got out unscathed.
The tickle the feet thing was when we were in Sedona this year, the mining town, I forget what it is, up on the hill, you can see it from Sedona. But it was a mining town where the miners stayed there and they had a hospital there back when they were mining silver. And they've turned it into a hotel you can stay in, but it was also the hospital where so many people died. And there was an insane asylum in it. And the guy's like,
Good
you
vacation
guys
spot.
should go up there and stay one day. It's supposedly haunted.
It's gonna be a hard
and I
pass.
was like, I'm not going to do that. And they're like, and if you're on the floor with the insane asylum, there's one that's ticklish, whatever, was the ghost that's up there. And apparently it feels like they're in there tickling feet.
Oh, I'm in. Let me go. Like, let me spend the night there.
Maggie joked,
It's
said,
just
I
gone away.
get enough of that at home. What about yours? What was your other one?
Okay, I'll tell my one from senior year of high school. So we went on our graduation trip to Turks and Caicos.
Oh, wow.
And it is we probably had like 60 kids for my graduating class. And I'm like, if your parents want to go, they can. If they don't want to, there's going to be a bunch of other parents there. So both my parents came. They went with I think my mom went with my sister. She was like, it was the best time ever. Because, like we're in a resort, everything's all inclusive. Everyone's just having a great time. So it was the last night that we were there. And there was a club called Club Liquid.
Yes.
And this is actually this is kind of a crazy story, but my roommate that I lived with all throughout college, I actually met her in Turks on my senior trip.
Were you already set to be roommates?
No,
Oh,
like,
okay.
I had no clue who she was. We weren't
Yeah.
roommates freshman year, but sophomore, junior, senior. And we were like, oh, this girl looks normal. Let's hang
You
out
look
with her.
normal?
But
You been to Club Liquid yet?
Yeah.
yeah, that's where we were headed.
Okay.
So we get there, last night we're having a great time. Next thing you know it, I wake up and it's the morning that we're leaving.
By the way, how quick did we go from going to Club Liquid to next thing you know, I'm waking up?
Having a great time. Next thing I know, I woke up.
Yeah. As far as I
Okay.
recall.
So we don't remember a whole lot of details about Club Liquid.
I don't.
Were people looking for you for 40 minutes?
No. I think that I was taken care of. But I wake up to like banging on the door and I was like, what's going on? And I was like, why am I the only one in my room right now? And why is my stuff everywhere? And I opened the door and it was my mom, and she was like, Taylor, the bus is leaving to go to the airport, and everyone here is waiting on you.
To fly back to Birmingham.
Yes.
Yeah.
And everyone, as in like the 60 kids and half their
Right.
mom and dad. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, I don't know what's like. So I have like one shoe in my hand. I don't know where my other shoe is. I'm just like throwing everything in a bag. Like my hair is probably like, I look like I got beat up. And my mom was so pissed. So I get there, and then I'll walk, and then one person will be like, oh, here's your wallet. And then the next person will be like, here's your other shoe. And I'm like, what's going on? And my dad was like, fine. My mom's usually the one that's like, no. So we get on the bus to go, and it was a lot of, some of the people had left to go to the airport. So we're not missing our flight because of this stupid girl. So we get on the bus. It's me, my parents, a few of my friends, and then families that are there with like small children on family vacation. So we're the last ones on it, so we have to sit in the back. And like a few minutes into the ride, I was like, Dad, I really don't feel good.
Oh, no.
And he was like, are you okay? And I was like, Dad, no, really, I don't feel good. And so he like screams up to the bus driver. I was like, excuse me, sir, can you please
Por favor.
Por favor.
So I'm on the side of the road. And
Oh, no.
Club Liquid.
Back at Club Liquid.
Yeah. Club Liquid's on the side of that street. There's like families and like children in there, and I'm like, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We get
Parents with 8-year-olds going, no, you look at her. Do not take your eyes off of her.
Yeah.
Don't
yeah.
ever.
You don't want that to be you in 10 years. And so I get back in the bus, and there was a dad that was like, I'm going to let you sit in the passenger seat. You sit in the front seat. So then the bus driver like has a bag, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so awful. Nothing got better at the airport. My mom was not happy. My dad was surprisingly like comforting, but my mom was like, you did this to yourself so you can suffer.
Oh, wow.
So there's me, like airports disgust me. I was literally like laying on the bathroom floor of the airport until the flight. It was disgusting, but I couldn't I was not functioning. The whole plane ride home, I had to throw it back. But my mom a few years ago got a new car, and in her old one were still the airplane
Little
throw-up bags that we brought with us on the car ride home. It was the worst traveling, but up until we had to leave.
It was the best trip.
But I was like, honestly, best timing because I didn't miss a day there.
Yeah.
I would have
That's right.
been down for a whole
Yeah.
day. So I was like, this
You
is
timed
great.
it. You timed it well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my mom, I think that's the only time my mom's like genuinely been like embarrassed by me.
Super dad moment would have been if he'd have delayed the flight and stayed with you.
My dad.
So you got
No,
better.
I don't think I wanted to be there any longer. I think I was like, I need to get out. We all need to get out. And everyone, like all the parents there were just like, ooh. I actually have a video after we finish this. I'll show y'all of me in the airport that one of my friends took. And it is, y'all will be like, who is that monster?
monster.
I would like
I
to see
look like a monster. I'll show y'all after this.
When we went to LA this summer, first flight, Birmingham to wherever we were connecting. I can't even remember where we're connecting now. I think in Dallas. First flight out, pregnant woman sits down next to me.
Oh no.
We take off, and as soon as we take off, she reaches in the seat back and pulls the thing, and I'm like, all the way to Dallas.
No. My sister did that on a flight. I don't remember this either. This story I was told when she was little. She started throwing up on the plane, and my dad, she didn't have a bag. My
So
dad
you just, like, had
caught,
that-
Oh, that's gonna do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Putting in his pockets.
No, it wasn't like.
Oh, little T, that's enough.
Okay.
Yep. I got a weak constitution.
Oh, I do too.
Yeah.
If I just hear you throw
I know.
up,
I
I
start
don't
throw
like
up.
it either.
No, that was the thing is, like, that woman sitting next to me, we just taken off, and I'm like,
I gotta go.
Well, at least it didn't
If I-
smell in the air like that. Where you're like,
I could smell a poop or
God.
don't be so vulgar.
or fart better than I could. If you just burp around me, I'm
yeah.
done.
No. When that woman started, because Jennifer looked across the aisle, because she knows that all I got to do is hear it, and I'm done.
Yep.
And she's looking at me, and I'm like, well, what do I do here? This poor woman's pregnant.
Yeah.
She can't help it. She's pregnant.
Oh, I wouldn't hold it against her, but I'd.
Well, I'm
be in
not holding it
trouble.
against her, but I mean, how bad is she going to feel if I'm like, I gotta get anywhere else in this plane but next to you?
I don't mean to
I
mean
would be
you
like
gotta stop that.
Is your husband on the plane? Because I'm gonna need to switch seats.
And that's the
He
problem.
left
She was
me.
solo too. I mean, I felt awful for her, but I mean,
That is
it's
sad.
yeah, it is bad. All right, that's going to be the mystery fifth hour. But, I'm sure the child was fine. If you need a car or van or truck, you rent from McCurry Van Car Rental, the local rental company you can depend on. All kinds of vehicles to choose from, including trucks, SUVs, and passenger vans. Easy to rent, in and out fast. Locations in Athens, Muscle Shoals, Huntsville, and Coleman, 2nd Avenue Northwest, soon in Tuscaloosa on Skyland Boulevard. Here's the number, 256-559-1003. That's 256-559-1003, or McCurryRentals.com. Please give us a thumbs up. Make sure you've subscribed to our YouTube channel and you set your alerts so you know when we're live. Thumbs up, everybody. Everybody a thumbs up. All right, that's going to do it for the Mystery Fifth Hour. Thank you for joining us.